9 o'clock in the morning, January 9th. I'm standing on the gravel driveway of the lake house my grandmother left me. The sheriff's deputy is 3 feet to my left. My attorney is holding a folder, and my dad is on the porch, red-faced, shouting, "You can't do this. You signed it over. This is OUR family house now." I don't raise my voice. I hold up the eviction notice. I signed exactly what I meant to sign. He goes pale. My brother stumbles out behind him, still in a bathrobe. "What is this?" The deputy steps forward. "Sir, this is a lawful eviction. You have 30 minutes to vacate the premises. You want to know how I went from family pressure to this? How I turned a guilt trip into a legal lockout? Stick around." Because the document they thought I signed, it wasn't what they thought, and the receipts I kept, they buried them. Drop your time zone in the comments. Where are you watching from? And hit that like button so this reaches someone who needs to hear it. Let me back up 6 months, to the day my dad first asked. My grandmother bought the lake house in 1992, 3 bedrooms, a dock, 2 acres of pine trees, water so clear you could see the rocks at the bottom. She loved that place. And I loved being there with her. Every summer from the time I was 8, I'd spend 2 weeks helping her, painting shutters, fixing the dock, pulling weeds from the flower beds. My dad visited maybe twice in 15 years, my older brother, once, for 4 hours. When Grandma passed 3 years ago, her will was crystal clear. She left the lake house to me, not the family, not a trust, just me. I was 24, working 2 jobs, barely scraping by, but I paid the property taxes, all of them, every quarter. I paid the insurance, the water bill, the septic inspection. My name went on every single account. The rest of the family, they weren't happy. At the will reading, my brother said, "That's a waste." My dad said nothing, but I could feel it, the resentment. Still, I kept going. I kept the house up, I kept records. Grandma used to tell me, "Paper doesn't lie, sweetheart, keep everything." So I did. I had a binder, every payment receipt, every inspection report, every piece of mail. I didn't know why I'd need it. Not yet. 3 years passed. Then last November my phone rang. It was Dad. "We need to talk," he said, "about the lake house. Thanksgiving dinner. I thought it was just going to be turkey and small talk. I was wrong. My dad, my brother, and my sister-in-law were all there, waiting. We hadn't even finished eating when Dad cleared his throat. "So, the lake house." I put down my fork. "We've been talking," he said, "and we think Grandma would have wanted it to belong to the whole family." I blinked. "She left it to me." My brother jumped in. "Yeah, but that's not really fair, is it? I have kids now. They deserve to make memories there too." My sister-in-law nodded. "We could all share it, take turns, chip in on costs." I almost laughed. They'd never chipped in, not once. Not a single dollar in 3 years. "Why now?" I asked. Dad leaned forward. "Because family comes first, you know that." Then he slid a folder across the table. I opened it. A quitclaim deed, already filled out, my name in the from line. A family trust in the till line. All it needed was my signature. "Just sign it," Dad said. "We'll handle the filing. It's the right thing to do." My brother's voice turned cold. "Unless you're too selfish." I looked at the paper, then at him, then at Dad. "I'll think about it," I said. The room went silent. You could have heard a pin drop. Dad's jaw tightened. "There's nothing to think about. This is family." I stood up, grabbed my coat, and left. Over the next 2 weeks, my phone wouldn't stop, text after text. "You're tearing this family apart. Grandma would be so disappointed. Why are you being like this?" A group chat formed. Everyone in the family except me. I saw screenshots later. They were already planning renovation weekends at the lake house, acting like it was theirs. Then, 3 weeks after Thanksgiving, I got a call from my brother. "We're meeting at the house on Saturday. Bring the deed and a pen." I didn't sleep that night. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was being selfish. Grandma did love family. Saturday came. I drove up to the lake. They were all there, waiting on the porch. Dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, even my aunt. I walked up, hands shaking. My brother handed me the folder again. The quitclaim, I looked at it, I looked at them, and I signed. I didn't say a word, just signed, dated it, handed it to my dad. He smiled. My brother clapped me on the shoulder. "See? That wasn't so hard." My sister-in-law actually hugged me. This is what Grandma would have wanted. I nodded, got in my car, and drove away. They thought they'd won. They had no idea what I'd just done. What they didn't know, the day after Thanksgiving, I'd called a property attorney. Her name was Linda. She specialized in real estate disputes. I told her everything. "Do not sign that quitclaim," she said. "But what if they pressure me?" She smiled. "Then we give them a signature, just not the one they want." She drafted a document, a declaration. It was called a Declaration of Sole Ownership and Non-Consent to Transfer. It stated clearly that I am the sole owner of the property per my grandmother's will, that I do not consent to any transfer, encumbrance, or claim by third parties. It included a certified copy of the recorded deed. In my name, it was notarized. And we filed it with the county clerk 2 days before that Saturday meeting. So when I sat down and signed that paper in front of my family, I wasn't signing their quitclaim. I was signing MY declaration. I handed my dad a document that reinforced my ownership. Not gave it away, he never read it. He just saw my signature and assumed. Big mistake. 2 days later, he tried to file the quitclaim at the county recorder's office. The clerk rejected it. My declaration was already on record. That's when my phone exploded. Dad's voicemail was 3 minutes of screaming. "You lied, you tricked us, you're a snake." I listened to it twice. Then I saved it, because I save everything. My brother showed up at my apartment the next night. He didn't knock, he pounded. I opened the door. "You made Dad look like a fool," he said. "I protected what's mine. It's not yours, it's the family's. Grandma's will says otherwise." His face twisted. "Fine, you want to play it like that? We'll just use the house. You can't stop us. Morally, it's ours." He turned and left. I didn't think he was serious. A week later, I drove up to check on the property. His truck was in the driveway, toys on the dock, a cooler on the porch, and new locks on the doors. I tried my key. It didn't work. They'd changed the locks. On my property, I walked around back, peeked in the window. My sister-in-law was in the kitchen, cooking. My brother's kids were running around the living room. They'd moved in. I pulled out my phone, took 3 photos. Then I checked Facebook. My sister-in-law had posted that morning. "Finally enjoying our family lake house. Some people hoard, we share." 42 likes, including one from my dad. I stood on the dock, the one I rebuilt with Grandma. Her name used to be painted on the mailbox. They'd painted over it. I took a breath, pulled out my phone, and called Linda. "They're squatting," I said. "Good," she replied. "Now we have them." Linda filed an emergency motion, unlawful detainer. That's the legal term for squatting. We submitted evidence. First, the recorded deed, my name only. Second, 3 years of property tax payments, all from my bank account. Third, homeowner's insurance. Named insured, me. Fourth, photographs of the unauthorized entry and lock changes. That should have been enough. But then we got a call from the county clerk. My dad had tried to file another quitclaim. A different one with my signature on it, but I'd never signed it. The clerk flagged it, ran a comparison. The signature didn't match, it was forged. Linda printed the report and slid it across her desk to me. "This isn't just trespassing anymore," she said. "This is fraud." I stared at the paper. My dad had tried to forge my name, to steal my house. "Do you want to press criminal charges?" Linda asked. I thought about it for a long time. "Not yet," I said. "I just want them out." She nodded. "Then let's get you a court date." The hearing was set for January 4th, but honestly, I wasn't waiting that long. I needed to understand. Why now? Why this hard push? Linda suggested a background check. Public records only, completely legal. I paid $75. The report came back 2 days later, and it all made sense. My dad had $97,000 in unsecured debt, credit cards, a boat loan, a second mortgage on his house. My brother, his LLC had folded. He owed $18,000 to the IRS. The lake house had been appraised at $340,000. They weren't trying to share it. They were trying to cash it out. I found a text thread later. My brother had pocket-dialed me during a conversation with my dad. I recorded it. "Once it's in the trust, we can refinance and pull out $200,000 easy. Split it 3 ways." My dad's voice, "And she can still use it on weekends. She'll never know." I played it back 4 times. They were going to take a cash-out refinance. Use my asset to clear their debts, and I'd never see a cent. I'd just be the name they needed on paper to unlock the money. Grandma's voice echoed in my head. They'll come for it someday, sweetheart. Stand firm. She knew. She always knew. Now I knew exactly what to do. I met with Linda the next morning. I want them out, I said. Legally, immediately. She nodded. Unlawful detainer gives us a fast track. In this state, with clear title and proof of trespass, we can get a possession order in 10 days. Do it. She filed the lawsuit that afternoon. I also filed a police report. Unauthorized entry, lock tampering, attempted fraud. I didn't warn them, I didn't argue. I didn't send a single text. I just executed. The court granted the order on January 2nd. The sheriff's office scheduled the eviction for January 9th, 9 in the morning. I got the email confirmation at 11 p.m. on January 7th. I printed it, put it in a folder. Along with the deed, the tax receipts, the insurance deck page, and a photo of Grandma, I set my alarm for 7 a.m. I picked out my calmest clothes, gray sweater, jeans, boots. I wanted to look like someone who had nothing to prove, because I didn't. The law was on my side. The receipts were on my side. Grandma was on my side. I slept better that night than I had in 2 months, and when I woke up on January 9th, I didn't feel angry. I felt ready. 8:55 a.m., January 9th. I pulled into the driveway. Linda was already there, so was the sheriff's deputy. My dad's car was parked by the porch, my brother's truck beside it. I could see movement inside. I got out, folder in hand. Linda gave me a nod. The deputy stepped up to the door. He knocked 3 times, firm. My brother opened it. Still in a bathrobe, coffee mug in hand, he saw me. His face went from confused to furious in 2 seconds. What do you want? The deputy handed him the eviction notice. Sir, I'm here to execute a court-ordered eviction. You have 30 minutes to vacate this property. My brother's mouth fell open. What? No, this is our family house. She gave it to us. Sir, the court has reviewed the evidence. This property is solely owned by her. You are unlawfully occupying it. My dad came rushing out. You can't do this. We're family. I stayed silent. Linda stepped forward. Mr. Harris, your son attempted to file fraudulent documents. He changed locks on property he does not own. This is a lawful eviction. Dad turned to me. You're really going to do this? Throw out your own family? I looked him in the eye. You tried to steal my house. You forged my signature. You moved in without permission. Grandma would be ashamed of you. That broke something in me, not anger, clarity. Grandma left this to me, I said, voice steady. You tried to take it, that's what she'd be ashamed of. The deputy cut in. Folks, I need you to gather your belongings. You have 28 minutes. My sister-in-law came out, kids in tow, crying. Where are we supposed to go? My brother glared at me. You're going to regret this. I said nothing, I just stood there. They scrambled, boxes, bags, toys. At 9:26, the last of them walked out. The deputy handed me a possession log. I signed it. He gave me the keys, my keys. I walked up the steps, opened the door. The house was a mess, but it was mine. Grandma's quilt was still on the couch. I sat down, it was over. My dad didn't speak to me for 4 months. No calls, no texts. Nothing. My brother sent one message 3 weeks later. You win. I didn't reply. I thought about pressing charges for the forged deed. Linda said I had a strong case, but I didn't want to drag it out. I didn't want years of court battles and depositions. I wanted peace, so I let the criminal case go, but I did file a no trespass order. If any of them step foot on that property again, it's a criminal charge, automatic. I changed every lock, installed cameras, updated the insurance and the alarm system. The lake house is mine, legally. Morally, practically. That first summer after the eviction, I spent 2 weeks there. Alone, I repainted the dock, Grandma's favorite color, deep blue. I restored her name on the mailbox. I invited a few friends up, people who respected the space, who understood what it meant. In July, I hosted a small event, a scholarship fundraiser in Grandma's name for students going into the trades, carpentry, plumbing, electrical work, the kind of skills she valued. We raised $8,000. I cried when we cut the ribbon. Grandma would have loved it. In September, I got an email from my dad. It was short. "I was wrong about the money, I'm sorry." No excuses, no deflection, just that. I wrote back, "Thank you, but the boundaries stay. We're not close, maybe we never will be." We see each other at holidays sometimes. It's cordial, distant, but I'm okay with that because I'm not carrying their debt anymore. Not their financial debt, not their guilt, not their emergencies. The lake house stands, and so do I. If you've ever been pressured to just give in for family, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment. What's the line between generosity and being used? Where do you draw your boundaries? And if this story resonated, hit subscribe. There's more where this came from. One last thing. Grandma used to say, "Paper doesn't lie." She taught me to keep records, to build things that last. I finally understand what she meant. She wasn't just talking about houses. She was talking about integrity. This story is a fictionalized dramatization and is not legal or financial advice. But the lesson, that's real. Stand firm, keep your receipts, and never sign something you haven't read. Thanks for watching.